Ren, money ties. Is it any good? All right, guys. So this is going to be my reaction to the follow up or spiritual successor, if you will, to Cujo Beatdown, I assume. And yeah, I'm excited to see this. A lot of you guys have been recommending this and talking it up, and Ren never disappoints. So I'm excited. I just want to get in there. Let's see what we got going on.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. But the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes. What a quote to open that bad boy on, man. Wow. I have a feeling I'm going to be pausing a bit, but if you've been around, you know the vibes. If you're new here, I do it a lot. I like to appreciate the art for what it is. I like to really take in what the artist is saying, and especially considering the situation that, we know of with Ren, and you can kind of see my journey with Ren on my channel up to this point. I'm sort of a newcomer, so all of this is new to me, and yeah, this is going to be probably a cathartic video. I'll say that much.
Of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the
hold on a minute.
Makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud.
Money makes a pure man lawless and proud.
Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun.
Consternate? The hell does consternate mean? Consternate means feeling shocked, confused, and worried because of something unexpected. I think you said consternate. You just taught me something, buddy. Never would have known that word.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a
Never mind, that's not even whatever. I'm just gonna let this play. This wasn't even the right word. But maybe you learned something.
Lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit, and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give.
Say it again.
When we lose robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give.
I always say, man, live and let live. As long as you are not hurting anyone with your lifestyle and everything's consensual, yeah, man, I say go for it, dog. Be you, live your truth, live your life in a healthy way, in a respectable way, with dignity. Okay, I'm all about it, man. You just be you, because who the hell am I to comment on how you live your life? Because I sure as hell am not gonna listen to how you talk about how I live about mine. I told you I don't care about any of the comments that people say about me. I've been down this road already. I talked to y'all about this. I walked the walk and I taught that talk.
When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now
If you man, if you're just going through the motions, if you're not enjoying what you do, if you're not finding like actual happiness and fulfillment out of what you do, right? Is it worth it? Great question. I mean, some people, it's so easy. It's so easy to say, oh, if you're not doing what you love, then what's the point? Let's be fair to people, okay? There are a lot of people out there that don't have a choice. Okay, so let's be fair to the people who may be in that sort of a situation where they're doing something that they don't necessarily like, or that it's not what they would like to be doing, but this is what they need to do in order to survive, in order to provide for either themselves or other people. And it is what it is. Like, not, unfortunately, as sad as it is to say, not everybody can live the dream at all times. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that kind of goes back to the whole money game series as well. Maybe we're conditioned to stay in that sort of a rat race, and a lot of people, would truly like to end up doing something that they enjoy doing to make their living, like I would enjoy doing this, to make my living. This is fun. I love doing this. I love music. I love interacting with you guys. I love hearing new sounds. You guys recommend great things. And I never would have known about Ren if it wasn't for people that were in the comments section just talking about some, hey, yo, check out Ren. You know what I mean? I would have never really given it that look or that leap. So I have fun with this. This is something I would like to do. But say all that to say, this is what I would love. But I am also one of those people who, in order to provide, in order to survive, is doing something as of right now, as a means, for a living, that is not necessarily the dream, but it is what it is. We have to do what we have to do. Life is full of things that we may not want to be a part of. Life is full of things that we may not want to do or partake in, but it's life. Not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows. Not everything is going to be perfect. But I feel like the trials and tribulations also do help to put things into perspective for you, and also help to kind of help you grow as a person. Without certain perspectives, or without finding out what you don't like, what you do like, this, that, and the third, you're not going to really have much of a perspective or be able to hone into well on, okay, what you want and what you don't want. You know, I'm rambling. Let's keep going. But this is what these videos do, bro. We're only 54 seconds in. This is what these provocative ass topics that this guy comes up with does.
Robber of the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock when we lose sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money
You can slice across the jugular or carve and create.
so that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice
Money tall like a blade, you could slice it like the jugular,
across the jugular or carve and create. But when
or carve and create, and that's not even necessarily talking for yourself. You can use the money, the power, the influence that you have to build people up, to try to bring joy to other people, to try to help to create more of what you would like to see in the world, or you can use that influence to maintain your spot, to gain more influence, and however underhanded it could be, just cut the jugular, man. Crush people's dreams, or people who may want to be where you are. If you're in that position and you don't want them to acquire that sort of power or something like that, use the power that you have to kick their asses off, to keep them from getting your seat, so to speak. Damn. Unfortunately, this happens a lot. It goes both ways. I would like to be somebody who was able to help build people up, bring joy, bring, some sort of like a happiness. That's how I am, man. I try to see the positive things in people, and I've talked about how that's bitten me in the ass a lot. But I do think that it's also important to be realistic, and you have to try to see the other side of the coin with a lot of things. Anyways,
And let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little
spitting. Let's
you
go.
can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Bren, born March 1990.
We're getting a Ren tale.
Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Bren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture, oh my god we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder, life it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists, sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid, so toughen up and buckle up because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul, and there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes, and that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up my little sister, hold these words to your close, keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me, because this world
That's crazy for him to admit that he has bitterness, because even though he tries to spread positivity, still that bitterness in there, man, especially when there's a lot of negativity that happens, there's so much wrong, so many people that may slight you, like what happened with him, and just people that feel better when they put you down. It's cutthroat out there, I mean, like he was saying earlier in the song, but it really is important to try to look at the positives, because like this, to me personally, man, it's just no way to live your life to just be like negative and see the negative in things. Like, I've listen, I've been through my fair share. I've talked to you guys about this, just a little bit of some of the things in a chapter of my life that I've seen. But I still every day try to be positive, try to laugh, and I try to bring joy and positivity, laughter, something like that to other people, man. It's just, I try to be what I would want to see in the world. I try to be the kind of person that lifts people up, that spreads positivity, because even if I was miserable as hell, what the heck is that going to do if I try to bring that to somebody else? There are days, man, where I have a terrible, terrible day. But I do not. I truly try my best not to bring that home, not to bring that to other people, because other people are going through stuff as well. And at the end of the day, these things are temporary; they pass, and we can use these opportunities and these situations to learn from. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I love what he's saying here, bro. I love what he's saying. Don't let this world. Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
Make you bitter like me, because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness.
I see your wings have feathers more than ever. Mine were torn from my oppressors. His innocence, his light. His feeling of being able to soar and fly and reach heights that he was never able to reach. People tried to defeather him. People tried to clip his wings. People tried to just crap all over his dreams. And in a sense, because he's talking about how bitter he is, that's happened. He has that bitterness. He has that, and I appreciate him for being real enough to talk about that. Because even as much as you try to, like, somebody like him who tries to be so positive, somebody like me who tries to be so positive, you are still going to have those emotions, man. We're human. We feel slighted by things. We feel hurt by people who try to hurt us. It's going to happen. We're going to get mad. But we can't allow these feelings to dictate how we move forward, how we interact with other people, how we take action in the future. Like we can learn from these things and make smarter decisions about how to proceed. But I don't think that it's fair to use that to then judge other people or judge other circumstances inherently as negative due to a previous circumstance that was negative that happened to you. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, he's spitting.
Brightest I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever.
The pressure makes a diamond that will shine with you forever. What?
When I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever.
Whoa, boy, this guy is going crazy in this song.
When I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous, fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend low.
Money makes an open case closed. Boy.
Money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend low. Make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. Money isn't. Money's just that. Money's just a concept. People are trying. Tax up the poor man. Feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, eh. Money lies, money lies, money lies, eh.
No people, no profit. All right, guys, that was my reaction to Money Ties, and I want to give my thoughts. I mean, not like I haven't given a lot already, but I disagreed with Ren on something, or not necessarily disagree, but I want to make a clarification on something that I don't want y'all to run away with without getting a different perspective, and I have a different perspective that I would like to share. But if you made it this far, leave a like, all that good stuff. You don't have to, but it would mean a lot if you did. But yeah, let's talk about this. So for the most part, I agree with the messaging of the song and what Ren is trying to say. You can't allow any bitterness or the hardships that the world can throw at you to keep you down, keep you oppressed, keep you suppressed, and keep you from stepping forward and moving forward. Because at the end of the day, and this wasn't necessarily in the song, but I'm going to tell you, as crazy as this might sound, just hear me out, listen to what I have to say. Nobody cares. The world is indifferent. People around you may be indifferent. You may be in a crappy ass situation. And you can turn it around. But the only person truly who is going to be able to make that step for you is you. If you're dealing with addiction, if you're dealing with feeling like you're between a rock and a hard place, does that suck? Hell yes. And I feel for you. But what is you sulking in this situation going to do to better the situation? If you are going through a rough time and you want better for yourself and better for your life, better for the people around you, it's up to you to make that first step for yourself. If like, because you have the power to do that. And things aren't necessarily going to change until you want change more than anything else. And you have to scratch, claw. I'm talking blood, sweat, and tears. Okay? Because I know a lot of you guys are going through some stuff. You're going to have to fight with all you got and then some to get to a better place. Only you can make that first step. Only you can do it. I also want to say that, and before I go to this next point, I want to clarify and say that it's not necessarily that I don't care that other people don't necessarily care or wouldn't care to help you. What I'm trying to tell you is that you sulking there and hoping for somebody else to help you isn't necessarily going to get you out of the situation. Some people have to try harder than others to get out of this situation. That is just what it is. If you are somebody who is in this situation and you're waiting for somebody to help you or something to fall into your lap, that's not necessarily how things are going to go. So, because that's the case, are you just going to stay in that place and just give up and just not? No. You deserve more. You deserve better. You take that step. You reach out for help. You try to surround yourself with people who want better for you, but you have to take these steps. If you don't take these steps, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two, towards the end of the song, Ren was talking about how it's it's money is like a concept that makes the world go around. And I see this a lot. How should I put this? It's not that I necessarily disagree with the idea that money is a concept and money isn't real, but this the systems that are in place and the consequences that can come from not utilizing the tools in the system to the best of your ability as far as like making a living, right, with money, getting trying to get wealth for yourself and the people that you care about in a respectful way, in a dignified way, whatever the case may be. And sometimes even if it ain't dignified, hell, you're trying to survive. Who the hell is anybody to judge you, right? These things are important. These things truly affect your life. So for you to, or for Ren to say something like money isn't real, money is a concept. Money is very real. If you walk around with no money in your pockets, mad at the world that, oh man, money's just a concept. This is no fair. Well, you may be 100% right. This is still the system that's in place. This is what everything runs on. And you are not doing yourself any favors by ignoring that fact, because it may be fake or a concept to you, but look at how it's really affecting your life that you're not trying to make change. I think that this can go for like a lot of things, but I watch this show called, and I haven't watched it in a little bit, but the show called Financial Audit. You can look it up on YouTube. Um, and it's basically revolves around this guy. It's a little dramatic now, which is why I haven't really watched it in a while, because I feel like it's kind of become more of a spectacle. But I still see these people say a lot of the times on the show when they're being audited financially by the person of the show who kind of looks at their finances or whatever, and he'll ask some of these people like how did we get here? What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this? You have such and such debt, and you just don't care because you're spending your money on things that are irrelevant to getting yourself out of this hole you dug yourself in. People say, "Oh, money's not real." That's it's not real. And I wanted to make a point to say that these things that affect your lives and these things that affect the lives of the people around you are very much real. As much as you would like to say they're a concept, you might not believe in it, but it affects people's lives here. Um, so I think that I feel like it'd be irresponsible for me to just to not point that out, because that's something that also frustrates me as well. I also see a lot of people in these different settings that I've been in professionally who espouse the same sentiment. Yeah. Anyways, those are my two main things that I want to put out there. But as far as like the rest of this song, right? Talking about the song itself. The messaging is great, but I appreciate how real Ren is to show the bitterness that he feels, to be vulnerable enough to show a little bit of the resentment, a little bit of the anger, a little bit of how pessimistic he has been, or how pessimistic he's become. And you might look at it as pessimism, but I also look at it as being real with a lot. You just got to be real with yourself. A lot of the things we're not going to like, that's real. Just because we don't like them doesn't mean that we can, you know, put our heads in the sand and la 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 la. Reality is reality, and we need to deal with these things in a healthy way. Because if we don't, we're just gonna spiral. And I appreciate that he kind of put that in the song to where he's showing like, yeah, I feel this way, whatever, but putting it into a perspective of still not allowing that to truly diminish what he can do for the people in his music and what his sister can do in her life with whatever gifts she wants to give to the world. And to all of you, if you have a gift, if you have a talent, if you have a voice in something, if you feel strongly about something, if there's something that like you feel, for lack of a better term or phrase, called to, you should do it. And don't let any bitterness, negativity, anxiety, or whatever keep you from helping people in the best way you know how and being the best version of yourself that you can be. Yeah, but this song is called Money Ties, and it's about money. And while I agree with a lot of what he said, I do think, again, it is very important that we do not let these negative feelings and negative emotions, these negative feelings cloud. We move forward monetarily to support ourselves and others. Because while money can be the root of all evil, like Ren said, money can save lives. Money can take lives, money can save lives. You choose what you want to do with that tool. You choose what you want to do with this system. Are you going to use this system to better yourself and others? Or are you going to use this system to better yourselves and hinder others? You can you can hinder yourself and hinder others. There's you could do a lot. What are you going to do? How are you going to decide to use this tool? Because that's really what it is at the end of the day. It's a tool and it's a means to an end. Um, yeah, man, I've been rambling on for I don't know how long. If you made it this far, let's see, what should I have you guys say? I can change the world. Just put I can change the world. I know that took a second to say, but I needed something that's positive and that we can go off of with this video, if that makes sense. But yeah, I can change the world. You can change the world. It just depends on what we want to do and how we want to change it. That decision is ultimately up to you because, like I said, the first person who can make that step is y'all. If you are not a channel member and you are a subscriber of the channel, if you are able, if you are willing, this is not forcing you to do anything because a lot of you guys have been quite upset. If you would like, if you are able and willing to support me, check out the channel memberships. If you would like to get stuff early, get exclusive reactions, all that stuff. If not, it's okay. Likes, comments, shares, all that stuff, I appreciate more than y'all know. I mean, I tell y'all all the time, and I mean it. But yeah, I'm just putting that out there. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. What a fantastic, thought-provoking video. Ran did it again, man. Be well, everyone. Be well, everyone. Be safe. And yeah, the choice is yours. What will you choose? Peace.